right, now we've got all the audio working. Howdy, everybody. Sorry about that. We are kicking off here with some work on Casino. So we are going to be adding some more enemies, maybe hopefully tackling this gate issue, and then maybe trying to get some of the music to trigger properly here for the EDF 209 fight. Yeah. So far, things have been pretty pretty good. We've been still kind of moving right along with development and stuff. Everybody's still been pretty hard at work. We're getting closer and closer to finishing up the first chapter here.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and move these guys.
Dinosaur icons, those are the monster factories, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So the dinosaur icons are the spawn points, and the little key with the box is actually the factory.
Okay.
By the way, this might be a little bit off topic or something, but how do I actually get the Duke Nukem Forever 2011 build?
You mean the 2001 build?
Yeah.
So are you talking about the original leak or our modification?
The original leak. I know that the modification isn't ready.
Gotcha.
I believe it's on archive right now, right?
Yep, archive is the best way to go about getting it. Archive.
All right, I found it.
I think there is a link to it also on the Duke Nukem Forever 2001 ModDB page. I think there's a link to the archive page.
I found both the archive.org and Duke Nukem Forever. And the ModDB page.
Gotcha.
Either of those should be fine.
Yep. And then if you want some of the updates, you can check out the public periodic mirror. But just the forewarning about that is that the binaries have to be rebuilt, and that's not always the most user friendly.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a moving target.
Even on the ModDB page?
No. That should be accessible.
Yeah, that's just the May 10th leak, I think.
So, like, the ModDB page, the one that I can find on ModDB, like, is already pre-compiled, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And I really like what you guys are doing. It's just kind of making the Duke Nukem Forever we all wanted.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it.
I mostly have a thing for restore projects. They're like really cool.
So I gotta figure something out for these guys here. They just don't spawn fast enough, and they don't move fast enough.
Are you trying to do almost like a Dawn of the Dead scenario where they're all just coming at you?
Yeah, basically. So I'm gonna.
Okay.
I actually tweaked this on another version, but then I had to back it up. Basically, I set this trigger back here, and so then instead of happening like when you walk up to the gate there, it kind of happens a little sooner to try to stop the player from getting to the zombies as they spawn, kind of deal.
Yeah, gotcha. Scramsy Lord says, do you see any potential snags to copyright, or is it smooth sailing from here? So, what's been mentioned to me by people who would know is that Gearbox doesn't care about this. Tim Sweeney has mentioned on Twitter that he just pretends not to see this. The only threat that is possible is 2K, and I won't lie to you, I am pretty freaked out by the GTA 6 leak and how it might impact us, because Take-Two, not us, I should say, I'm not a member of the team, just like us, the community, and how it will kind of impact any project that's working on any Take-Two property, whether they own it or not. If they think they own it, they might go after it. So Duke Nukem Forever is in a very weird position. I was talking with a friend of mine right before the stream of like, the rights to it are actually split between companies. It's very weird. But long story short, we're just kind of we're doing it publicly. No, sorry. Again, I'm not on the team. I keep saying we. They're doing it publicly, but we're also all operating under the assumption that this is, it's dicey waters.
Next. Yeah, it's kind of like we're just going to keep operating until we feel like we can't anymore.
Yeah, totally.
What are those? What are those like small guys?
Which ones? These blue guys here?
Yeah, the ones like around the key.
Yep, the blue guys are spawn points. So
Uh
basically, this
huh.
key is called a creature factory. And what it does is you can't see the full menus here, which I might try to work on that for next stream. I might try to just do a full blown screen display and try to be smart about it. But anyways, basically these creature factories, within their properties, you can set all the like settings for the NPCs it spawns. So you can have it spawn EDF, you could have it spawn um, uh, pig cops, or like anything. You can have it spawn any of the different enemies or NPCs, and then through here you can also set like their hit points and stuff like that, equipment they're holding, that kind of thing, and then through the spawn points you can set other things. Like you can go through and set like things they do on spawn, like some of the EDF they can like barrel roll or roll into place and like run to cover and stuff like that on spawn, and that's what the spawn points set up.
Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, it's very interesting the way that like DNF handles just like spawning. It's very like it reminds you a lot of the first Call of Duty in that way. Eatstu says, how long you've been working on Unreal's engine? I'm going to assume that's kind of directed at the team as a whole. So, Otacon, what would you say collectively experience the team has with Unreal Engine?
I mean, it's kind of it's kind of all over, because I mean, like we even have some
Yeah.
people who had like helped out with the Unreal Engine 1 community updates and stuff like that. So we have it varies greatly. We have some people who are
Mm,
very versed and like very understanding and helping out some of our some of the new people who are getting into Unreal. And then, I mean, honestly, we even have some people who are like just breaking into Unreal and getting a grasp of it, and kind of getting some more
Mhm.
support from
mm.
the rest of the team.
Fair amount of people with source experience in the team, for what I can observe.
Yeah, there's quite a few people with source experience. I think there, or I should say, Hammer. Um,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I know that there's some of us who work a lot in newer Unreal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hetson. He's one of our programmers. He's in chat. He says he had never touched it before. Yeah, I mean, me personally, I had a loose amount of relationships with Unreal. I've used the newer Unreals more than I've used the old Unreal, to be fair. But
Mm.
I found, really just diving into it over the last. I feel like it's getting close to 6 months now. Um, uh, it's probably closer to like 4 or 5 though. I feel pretty comfortable at this point.
That's awesome.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and the same guy also asks, are you going to do anything new with the motorcycle?
Are we gonna do anything new with your motorcycle? How so?
Like new sequences, maybe?
Yes, we plan on doing more with the motorcycle in that aspect for sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
How many unused enemies are on the game? Frankensteiner EX asks. There's I don't really know. There's quite a few from what I'm understanding. Like there's a lot of monsters that aren't used in the leak itself that are like in the code and either don't have like, assets attached to them, but they do exist in some form. My understanding is correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many exactly? Well, like I don't know. It's hard to say because there's even like there's even different types of like soldiers you can fight.
Yeah.
There's like all kinds of different randomized variations of all their armors and stuff like that, and their faces. Then there's also things like the Belisor and
Tesla
the
Raptor,
Tesla Raptor.
Electric Pig.
Yep, the Electric Pig, which is just the primal pigs with like a bunch of weird lighting effects, and like its mesh disappeared and stuff like that. It's interesting. So, the only thing that sucks about these guys is that I can't make them move faster. So, like the guy with the TV here, he runs based off of like he can be set to just run, but these spawn points can't.
Huh. Interesting. Pets and Ash, does this build have my latest stuffs?
If you're talking about like your subtitles and stuff like that, no, it doesn't have that.
Ooh, I'm really glad to hear subtitles are being worked on because that's a really cool feature that I think DNF could really benefit from for a lot of people.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people on the outside or outside of in the community reach out about localizations and stuff like that. So
Oh, that's
it's definitely been
awesome!
something that's been on our mind.
Hell yeah!
I know it's starting to get worked
And
on, but
one
I don't think it's been finalized yet as far as different languages and stuff like that go. I know it's been worked on though.
It's cool.
huh.
Maybe I can move this to like
Yeah.
here.
One thing I would like to ask is like, are you guys gonna do like any engine modifications, like maybe some optimizations or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. We already have too. If you check out the on the public repo, there's all kinds of different changes. Like we had somebody fix the DirectX 8 driver so that it can actually be put into full screen mode. You can Alt Tab. You don't have the exploding vertices, that kind of stuff. And then we've also had changes like we've had some of our programming department, fix the different weapons and some of the like voice lines for NPCs and like all kinds of different things. So the long and short of it is, yeah, absolutely. Maybe I gotta move this out a
Pretty
little more
nice.
too. I'm just trying to make it so he rounds that corner a little smoother. I don't really know what I can do about these guys. I'll leave that as it is right now, but I might have to rethink that at another time. Something else I would really like to get working. So I have it kind of set up. This trigger right here. Let me position myself. I think it's this one. Yep. This trigger right here is supposed to trigger all the NPCs in here to run to the player, but I think I have to tweak it slightly. Build a dispatcher and then set all of these people individually to run. Because right now, even though they all have the same tag and the same event, only one of them runs.
Rainbow Gem says Future Time did an amazing work with his freeze thrower. Wonder when you guys are going to do the assets is missing such as overall modeled icon. The Future is contributing assets to the project, right? Like we
yeah. Future Time is
okay.
Yes. We are using some of his work to help us along as well. Yep.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I should say he is contributing to the project in that aspect as well. Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question actually. So in terms of like level designing and stuff, do each of you have like designated levels you're working on, or like are you working on levels in like teams? Like, does someone go in after you're done and kind of look over your work and add their own work, or is this like entirely? Like, is the casino and Dark Hotel totally your baby?
So the answer is yes. So basically,
Okay.
um, uh, how it started and how it kind of continues is that we have certain people designated to certain levels,
Mhm.
and that's just kind of like. 'Cause it's easier with the way we have to work on levels. It's kind of hard to have people working on the same thing. It's kind of hard to work on it's kind of hard to work on hotel or work on casino when somebody else is working on it, when the files are only they can only go one way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
our changes wouldn't like copy and paste over on top of each other. And so what we do is
Mhm.
we work on we work on things one at a time, and then we do what you suggested, where we'll pass the map off to somebody else to maybe decorate it more, or like, hey, I've been working on this map for a couple weeks. These are the kind of things I want to implement yet. I just haven't found the steam to implement it. Do you want to check this out? And then have them work on it. Like Segfault, one of our newer level designers. I had him check out um, Hotel, because I had been working on Hotel for a while. There were a couple things I still wanted to do with it, and we're working on it. I just like hadn't like found the muster to do it. And so like I was like, hey, you want to work on something? Check out this. And so he went through and did all kinds of new decorations and stuff like that, and really decked out Hotel, and it's much more like it feels much more complete now. And that's kind of how we like combo things. And sometimes it's because somebody's been working on multiplayer maps for Unreal for forever, but hasn't
Mhm.
been able to tackle all of the different trigger systems. And so like maybe somebody else has a better understanding of objectives or triggers or something like that, and so they'll pass off the map in that aspect
Yeah.
too.
Game flow as well.
Yep.
Yeah, because like the discipline to make a good single player map, the discipline to make a good multiplayer map, like there is overlap, but it is kind of two different disciplines at times.
Right.
Frankensteiner also asked, are there any assets for Bombshell in the game's code, or was she scrapped by 3D Realms? There's placeholder dialogue. There's no model, and like it's clear she was still in the game at this point, but we don't have a model as the one they were working with, obviously.
Yeah, I think all there
Um,
is a texture, and it's the
yeah,
1998 texture clearly.
yeah, Quake 2 texture, yeah.
Yep.
I'm very curious about how y'all will handle Bombshell. Like I've been speaking with Spider-Man and a bunch of other people about it in the Discord, and like yeah, I'm really interested to see how y'all pull that off, because that's going to be an interesting and very cool challenge to make. Like, okay, what is the Lady Duke Nukem? How does that work, and like how do you make that an interesting dynamic?
Right. No, I think the plan we have for her right now is pretty cool,
Mm,
and I think it kind of we are trying to stick to what it seemed like, or what like the hints of what we got of what the story was supposed to be. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
would say I would even go as far to say that some of the predictions people have made on the community server as far as how she'd act, or like what her character arc would be, are pretty close to what we've come up with.
Mm. Cool. That's going to be an awesome little reveal then. Hope everyone's excited for that.
Let's see. So
Oh yeah.
good.
And well, like, do I go ahead or?
Yeah, yeah, you're fine.
Yep, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
You're good.
Oh, another thing I'd like to ask is, will there be any Mac and or Linux builds of the restoration project, or
Um,
is it like Windows only?
I will say that that is being experimented with. I don't want to make any promises for that full blown support. I will say that Spider-Man, one of our devs, has a Steam Deck, and has been able to get it working on his Steam Deck. And I'll also say that my preferred OS is Linux as well, and it is pretty easy to get running on through like Wine Tricks and stuff like that. So
Yeah, there's definitely paths to get
Uh-huh.
it off
So
of Windows.
it would be cool to have full blown native support, Will we get there eventually? I hope so. And we are making other like forward-thinking strives to do that too. Like that's one of the reasons that we are trying to push our OpenGL driver so much as well.
Mm,
In fact, a lot of the smoothness and ability to work in the editor the way we can is thanks to the OpenGL driver that JDC made. You'll see every now and then there's like some stuff. It's still definitely work in progress, but the stability it has added to the editor itself is a gift.
for sure.
I'm just trying to just so it doesn't look like I'm just doing weird stuff. I'm trying to complete the trim on this kind of
Yeah,
the casino. I need to kind of fill this out more with some more stuff because it's a little barren still. And so I think doing little stuff like this, maybe replacing all these lights that are on with these burnt out lights that you see on the ones across fan will be a good idea and stuff like that too. Like all these ones are burned out, or all these ones are on over here. But again, it's because the player originally really wasn't supposed to like be over here, which is why all this stuff is like
mhm.
pristine.
The ever famous Doom World slogan needs more detail.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does though. Even like little
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like this, like this guy here, this little beam. It's not. It's one way.
yeah. Hey, that's game development, right?
Yeah.
Rainbow Gem asks, for Area 51, there are these aliens called Greys. Is anything planned for them?
I'd say it's a little far ahead, but I will also say
Yeah.
that most likely, like we will probably
Yeah.
do something with them.
I think the way it works in the leak is that there's the concept of friendly Greys and hostile Greys. So I'm curious if how that's going to work, if that's the direction the game goes.
Oh yeah, speaking of enemies and bosses, I wonder, is there like anything planned for the uh like giant robot boss fight?
That's probably a bit far ahead to really be like talking about full blown plans for. We have some ideas, I think, that we've kind of shopped around, but we are as far as like we have an outline for the entire game, but as far as like specifics and stuff like that go, we're probably on like chapter 5 or 6. So
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
it's
we're
gonna
we're,
be a
we're taking our
while.
time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because the thing is too is that like so like chapter 1 here, we're still tweaking some things and updating some things and adding some more to it, but also it comes down to like getting all of our voice acting implemented and everything else like that too. Like uh, I hate
hmm.
saying it to some degree, but at the same time, these things just take time.
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
So I might have to make a custom brush to make this go the length I need it to. It's just interesting that they took so much time to make all these like angled brushes to try to make these things line up, or make it look more like it lined up. They did the same thing with a bunch of the vents and study, but it also made it a really pain in the ass to clean up. So we can make a
And
custom brush
Rainbow
here.
Gem 2 says, yeah, maybe you freed the good gray. He's in the cryo area, but that eventually evolved into that sequence happening in the level after the labs. It's just called the labs.
yeah. The late Area 51 stuff. There's like a lot of like there's a lot of emphasis on like weird puzzles, like level long puzzles that when I was playing the leak was difficult to make sense of. Like I didn't understand the purpose of them. But yeah, maybe Rainbow is right that like um that could be something. Um,
Yeah, that could be pretty cool.
there's a
I,
lot. There's a lot of canvas to work with.
yeah.
Frankensteiner asks, "Is the EDF Terminator robot in the casino a mini boss fight? How much have you guessed on 3D Realms' original plan?" It's kind of more like an enemy introduction, because it's like the
I would call it a
concept.
mini boss fight. I think it's an
Yeah,
appropriate name just because of how much is like you don't have that much to fight it yet and stuff like that.
yeah, okay, yeah. I get what you're saying. It's almost like how they introduced the Battle Lords in Duke 3D.
Yeah,
Then how the Battle Lord became part of like the bestiary going forward.
yeah.
And in terms of how much you guess in 3D Realms' original plan, um, I mean, there's a lot of guesswork involved. There's a lot of kind of reading tea leaves, but there's also like a lot of just brand new ideas that are based on like like how Otacons took the casino and kind of made it a hub and spoke structure where like you're going off to different areas and stuff instead of just going like straight to the EDF fight. So there's like more stuff going on. So 50.
Yeah, and I mean the stuff we are adding too, we're really trying to make sure that we like build off of what's been kind of like laid before us.
Right,
And
right.
we're trying to make sure everything is in the aspect and the angle of trying to keep it in the same vein. You know what I mean? And we're also taking a
Mhm.
look at other stuff later on too, right? Like screenshots and videos and trailers and stuff like that, or like the snippets that were shown later on. We're trying to like
Mhm.
use those as well to kind of point us in the direction towards what they were really trying to do.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh no! Why did it do that?
Uh-oh. Oh dear.
Hey guys,
Perhaps hey
Howdy.
Zentrex.
Oh, hey.
it's me,
Perhaps
Zentrix.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Give me just a moment.
no worries.
Oh, greetings, Zentrix.
So what's I just joined. What's
Oh,
yeah?
we're just
Hello.
hanging out. We're Otacon's working on the casino. Just kind of like detailing stuff, making sure like the trim's right, the spawner's working right. We're just kind of hanging out, doing the old Q&A thing.
All right.
Uh, yeah, we're just chilling. Um, Ariane says perhaps you take a look at the Area 51 level from Tomb Raider 3 for inspiration. That would require someone to play Tomb Raider 3 in 2022, and I think that's a very big ask personally. uh,
Hey, anything is possible with the gift of virtualization.
that's true. That's true.
Oh,
Uh,
guys, I have.
Or,
Yeah, sorry, go
or,
on.
or just watching a video.
yeah, very true. Just watching a Let's Play. I don't know. Those
Oh
Tomb Raider
yeah,
games,
yeah.
I'd love to play those Tomb Raider games, but like the controls are very like when they were grid based were very difficult for me. So you know,
Ooh,
yeah, there's also Deus
yeah.
Ex's Area 51 for sure. Uh, Zenchex, you're going to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to give everybody some of my good news.
Oh, hell yeah!
So apparently,
Well, lay it on us.
one of the guys from my workplace has a family business, and he said, "Hey, in maybe 2 4 months, if you really start learning security, come over and be in charge of the IT infrastructure for our web service."
Oh yeah, that's awesome
Uh-huh.
news.
Yeah,
Congrats, man.
thank you, thank you.
That's
Not bad.
fantastic. Welcome back.
Hopefully, my entire phone call. I think I muted myself. Hopefully, it worked properly.
Nah, you're good. We didn't hear
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And
I'm
that hole disappeared when I did that, so it must have just been a weird texture thing.
ESP monster.
Yeah, sneaking up on me.
I'm right now just looking through the absolute abomination that is the Duke Nukem Forever assembled build.
Regarding the filling in the blanks, would it be possible to approach people for advice who worked on the project in the past? I don't know if that was addressed, but we've reached out to some of the people who worked on Duke Forever, and um, in the nicest way possible. A lot of the responses we got were, "Yeah, I don't remember too much on it, but I wish you like, but it's cool that this is being
Mhm.
worked on."
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we don't have a whole lot of direction, I guess, as far as that goes. But
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, who knows what happens when the first slice or the first round comes out? Maybe you will get old devs being like, "Oh, hey, actually we were going for this back then." You never know, right?
Right? Yeah, and that would be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember when the leak first happened, and like Matt Wood's Twitter and their other Twitter users were just like swapping war stories about it, like especially the story about how the E3 trailer for Duke Nukem Forever, the 2001 one, actually scared the shit out of Valve because they thought the facial animation was far more advanced than it actually was. They poured a ton of money into facial animation for Source, thinking that they needed to beat Duke Nukem Forever. And then when Matt Wood went over to Valve for Half-Life 2, he had to tell them that no, we had 3 bones in the face to work with. That's it.
Jesus, man.
Frankensteiner, how big are the chances of Greasy Randy and your Take-Two screwing you over for undertaking this project? Randy, not so much. Take-Two, we'll see. We're hiding from the ring race here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hiding from the
Hello.
ring race. Yeah. I do
I
love that way of putting it. That is how it feels sometimes. It's just like,
It really does.
don't invoke it.
I really, really doubt that Take-Two is going to come after you after their plate's been filled by what's happening at Rockstar.
Yeah.
Okay, so I agree with you, but here's the thing, though. If Take-Two is angry enough over the GTA 6 leak, I am a little bit worried that they're going to go on such a war path that they'll go after any projects that are using their IP, imagined or otherwise. You know what I mean?
Which full in fairness to them, they have every right to.
Of course,
Yeah.
legally they have every right to shut this thing down.
Yeah.
I have to take off, y'all. I will be back later on. Have a good stream and take it easy.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, sure. See you.
See ya.
By the way, what's been going on with the GTA 6 leak?
See ya, man.
I'd rather not I'd rather not put the ring on. I'd rather just let that sleeping dog lie.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha.
It's definitely some cool stuff, but yeah.
Going back to Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
If you look at the what's the level?
It's a little off, but that's
The Area 51 base, the supercomputer level. You can actually see where they began to implement pseudo-normal mapping.
Well, wait a minute. They leaked 2 builds?
Alright.
Like, there's August 21 and October 26.
Yeah. They are slightly different. They have different, there's a different HUD and stuff like that.
Oh. I guess I'll just use the August build since that doesn't require, compiling.
Yeah, we're working on trying to get just an EX, a downloadable one you can just access. It's just that I don't know. It's hard to push stuff out like that when then we look over it and it's like, oh well, really this could still be tweaked and we should really work on this first, and so then you end up backpedaling on it a little bit. So we wanted to release something. We're just still trying to make sure we get it right the first time.
Wait a minute. What executable do I even use?
To do what?
Should I just should I run Cannibal Ed, Duke Ed, or Duke Forever?
To do what? Start the game?
Yeah, to actually, play.
Duke, go into systems and then go to
Duke Forever.
Duke Forever.
Yeah. Kinda guessed it, just wanted to make sure. The procedure entry point mini dump right dump could not be located in the dynamic link library. See Windows, blah blah blah. Yeah. procedure once again,
Yeah, hey, bud,
again.
please. Thank you. So I guess.
Oh shit! Gotta use Task Manager.
So that's buttoned up and better. I guess I could fix that there, but yeah. I kind of. So the other thing about this level is that, or this area is.
Blur.
Do this one here.
A dagnabbit. Oh hey, it's gone
As far
now.
as the plot goes, yes, it is going to be proton focused. It is not going to have to deal with the Regelians or anything like that, or the cycloids or.
One idea I had like some time ago was that like the cycloids and like the aliens from Duke 3D kind of team up with Proton to destroy the world, and maybe Proton just kind of what's the word? Like
Yeah,
it
we're
has
really trying not to recycle the cycloids if
yeah.
we can help it.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, that's kind of, you know, just something that everything does.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they decided to do for Duke Forever 2011 because it was like the safe option, you know.
Yeah.
And I get it.
Well, to quote Civi, it doesn't really matter. First is the Rigelatons, then it's the Cycloids. It doesn't matter. So long as we have an audience, we'll knock them dead.
As long as we make money, we will not die.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried
Basically,
about making money.
capitalism for you.
Okay, got those all set up now.
Hey, Atakan, did you hear my great news?
What's that?
So a guy at work, who I know for a while, has told me today, hey, in about 2 or 4 months, if you know what you are doing, come work in our family business to take care of the IT infrastructure.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be basically the only techie, and I'm gonna be a full stack in there.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool
Once
stuff.
again, congratulations.
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Oh yeah, sure. Thank you very much, man.
So what exactly does this do?
Love how
This.
these streams get uploaded to YouTube.
Oh, so you can watch the entire thing and stuff like that later on.
Yeah, I also
I'm
cringe whenever I hear my own voice. So
I'm
Everybody
just
does.
watching it. I'm watching it from Twitch.
Like the backups too, or the VODs, I should say. It's only streamed live on Twitch. It's not streamed live on YouTube.
Oh, and like YouTube is kind of just like backup or
Yes.
like archive.
Yeah, we
Ah.
we re-upload the streams to the official YouTube channel.
Uh-huh. Look, Mom, I'm on TV.
Yeah. Were there any files regarding design documents or anything resembling what 3D plans? So, not particularly, but what we have found is that there's a lot of things that are still in the game as far as like objectives or like stuff that was just uh, text to speech or stuff like that indicates kind of the direction they were going. That's how we know about things like Bombshell's call in the study, and stuff like that. Just gonna add a couple of card tables over here.
I'm thinking at this point, if Take-Two actually does get a wind of this, they might actually be willing to offer you a publishing deal.
That would be cool.
Like,
We, of course.
since Take-Two is, like, really pissed off over this, like, the footage may very well be real.
Regarding GTA?
Yeah, the GTA 6.
Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Rockstar confirmed that it is real, and they are not happy.
And, like, I also heard, like the person who, like, leaked it, he has, like, the frickin' source code of GTA 6. But,
Yeah,
he just decided to just talk to Rockstar instead about, like, leaking more stuff like a dumbass.
Sounds like a black hat deal.
Yeah, let's leave let's leave them to deal with that though, and we don't need to really speculate or anything like that on it.
Is it like a bad territory to walk on?
Yeah, just not really interested in chatting about it and invoking that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
If they
think
want to
so,
do
yeah.
something about it, that's they have every right to, and don't really want to get too involved in it.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
say this, just as a capstone for the entire segue, I feel so sorry for the developers at Rockstar.
Yeah, like probably all their games are probably being like on hold so they can deal with this whole thing.
And not just that, but also working your ass off and having someone show everybody the rough footage doesn't make it easier.
One thing that I
especially
hope things like that and things like this show everybody is that one thing I think things like that and things like this shown everybody is that it just really shows the meat and potatoes of it all, like how much there really is involved in all of it, and how much work really has to go into a final product.
Yeah, but the one thing that probably scares me the most is the release of the GTA 5 source code. Well, like, sure, it's being sold instead of like, actually being revealed for free
Can
and
we
stuff,
please
but
not? I've asked like 3 times now.
Oh, I'm
as
so
nice
sorry.
as I can. Thank you. It's all good, but yeah.
That's why I was trying to end with a capstone and move the conversation into a separate area.
I wonder what caused that.
This
Yuck.
area looks really cool.
Because yeah, if you go back to the computer area in the Area 51 level, you can actually see pseudo normal mapping.
But like, what do you mean? Because why are you saying like pseudo normal mapping?
The engine can't support regular normal mapping without serious modification, which they eventually did. What seems to be is they took have the item normal mapped and then translated it into a traditional texture the engine could read, and then put it in the game build.
Gotcha.
Because it's far too detailed inaccurate for it to be a regular hand-drawn or photo texture or photorealistic texture like we regularly see in this build, which indicates that it is a normal mapped and then reverted texture.
I see.
I've done that before, but it is a colossal pain.
Is there any way of automating that?
So there's a thing here. So right now, the kind of way I was planning it out was to have the player go this direction through here and accessing this room through here. But I want to make sure the player has a reason to use this because it's just kind of cool and hop up here. So maybe I close this off, but then it would have to force a player to go through here first, which they're already used to doing, and then just have those two closed off and have that one broken and that one open, I guess.
You could also make it a secret area.
Well, I want so this office is what's going to be what controls these gates. This gate here and this gate here.
Mm-hmm.
So the player still is going to need to go back into there. Okay, so first things first, let's take all these folks. Fortunately, my mouse is double clicking, so I've got to kind of deal with that a little bit. Take these folks and move them out of here. See, they are all supposed to be set to that event. I'll have to move this guy here.
Ooh, there's gonna be poker mini games in this level.
Oh yeah, yeah. All that stuff is already in the original leak.
Oh, neat.
Actually blew my mind just how detailed it all is when I first saw it.
Set that to keyframe 1.
Because it did have something similar in Prey 2006.
Rainbow, can you import and export animations with DukeAd? Yes. Oh, you're saying you can. Yes, yeah. Sorry.
Watch May 9th, 2023. Duke DNF 2002 is leaked.
I suppose we'll see. That'd be kind of cool. I'd be for it.
May 9th, Duke Day.
Okay, so
I'm here to nuke nukes and duke nukes.
That's closed. And then that's open. And we'll make this closed.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask you. I re-looked at your trailer. That showed off the outside of the Lady Killer.
Okay.
One aspect of it is taken lifted from DNF 2003. The pig cop kicking open the door and
Yeah.
shooting. The decorations above, which are inspired by,
Hmm.
it looks like all the lights at the bottom are all synced together. Will they be what do you call it? Patterns of two flipping on and off like the regular lights, or will it stay like that?
If it's
Do I make
something,
sense?
if there's something off about it, it'll be corrected. Though I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. I'm sorry.
Because you know how the lights, what do you call it? Two flip two on and two off to make it look like they're moving.
Yeah.
The curved lights and that image all look like they turn on at the same time. While in the '03 build, it still does two on and two off going down.
I think it does the 2 on and 2 off going down, but we can actually double check it.
I'm just curious because it seemed a bit strange.
Those are set to covert. Cool. So now this is it. Whoop. Whoop. Really got to set those back to brushes if they're not going to be moving.
So I wonder, the 2001 build is like the E3 build, right? Or
It's
is
a
it like
little
a
more
build?
than that, but it was used for E3, yes.
Hmm.
Okay. So let's do this. So for this one here.
Rainbow Gem 2 asks, in the league you used to get like 20 05 cal rounds in for the pistol each time you transition to level. Have you guys fixed that?
Hmm. I don't know. That's a good question. We can check that out. That's not something I was aware of, but I can't say that it's not something that the programming department is aware of. So it's possible that it's gotten fixed, and I just was unaware that it was even a thing. I don't know though. Um,
And Rainbow Gem 2 also follows it up by saying that problem caused you to effectively get infinite ammo.
right, with some of the locations, you could kind of like hop back and forth. Sure.
Hmm.
Moving this over here.
One thing I found pretty funny is how Phantom Fury and Duke Nukem Forever's trailer, both of their trailers were pretty similar.
Yeah, people kept saying that. I mean, there's definitely aspects of them that are similar, but I don't feel like they're like exactly the same. I definitely feel that
Like
there are
they
parts
aren't
that are
exactly
similar,
the
though.
same. They're pretty similar.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Why?
I am super excited for Phantom Fury,
Why?
despite not even finishing Ion Fury.
Oh, it's gotta be layering.
So I wonder what chapter is this level in?
The first.
Oh. Neat.
Yeah, it's the second to last level in the first chapter. It's not doing what I need it to. Move to first.
Next one, you're swimming around in that tank, dodging trip mines, and then get out onto the casino, casino entrance.
Wait a minute, there's
There
gonna
we
be
go.
trip mines?
Yeah. Oh man, you really need
Oh.
to check out the leak, man.
Well,
It's trip.
I
It's trip
probably
mines. You can't
will.
blow up, so you have to dodge the stupid things. I really don't care for it.
Apparently there's a second RAR file.
Our current plan is to basically set it up to where you can skip it. Or not you can skip it, but an easier difficult. I don't know why I said that. Our current plan is that okay, I guess I can see how parts of it are, but I mean, like, I don't know. There are similarities, sure, but yeah. Anyways, the different difficulties will have a different amount of laser trip mines in the area.
The only issue I seem to have with actually getting the leak running is, like, for the August 21 build, it just flat out doesn't work because it apparently needs something from the Windows folder. And October 26 just requires me to build it, which I don't really want to do.
You take, if I remember correctly, did you take all of October's assets and dump them into August?
No.
You're supposed to do that.
So, like, what do I just take everything, including the other files, or like the batch files, or just the folders?
You take the all of the August stuff, and then make a copy of the October one, and then dump all of the August files into October.
Mm-hmm.
Copy over everything wholesale.
Alright, new copy of it. Oh, god damn it. Right, it's like 2 gigabytes. Well, that's pretty funny. How you just need to take the August stuff and slap them on.
I mean, that's essentially how we do our updates now.
Huh.
And it's mostly just because of the way the game is, like, in its raw form like this. But honestly, even that's honestly what game updates are too. Like, a patch is just overwriting game files.
Good point.
What about the soundtrack?
Like a
What exactly about it? We have Brandon Bloom is our music lead, and then we also have some other folks from the community and abroad that we've
oh wait,
picked up to
there's
do music for the project.
oh
And we've
wait,
also
there's
been in talks with Lee Jackson, and he has contributed some stuff and is working on. And yeah,
there's gonna be new music.
oh yeah, and I think
That's
ideally we
sick.
would also have that music available and accessible for folks.
Who was
Hmm.
the individual that made the action trailer music piece?
I believe I can't, I can't remember. I believe that was Meows and stuff, but I can't remember.
Wherever it is, they made damn good work.
Remember, kids, I'm a professional. Don't
Still gotta
try
tweak
this at
them.
school.
But these gates work better now. They look better.
I just love how the like some of the humans just spawn in.
Yeah, ideally here that'll get tweaked so you won't actually see them spawn in like that. But
Hmm. I wonder where do those like tentacle guys come from?
they are the Snatchers and the Snatched. The Snatched is the zombified version of them, if you will.
Hmm. I
Okay,
see.
so
I see that Duke Nukem Forever was going for like a little bit. It's more of a darker aesthetic.
yeah, I'd agree with that. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna have to save and relaunch DukeAd really quick. Sorry, folks. DukeAd works great, but it's not perfect. Yep, and there's the crash. Yeah. Crashed as
I
soon as I
guess
closed it.
I guess I'll just call the. I guess I'll just call the August and October build the October build. You know, mixtures of August and October.
Oops, not my external hard
Alright,
drive.
copy. Paste. Do I replace the Duke for DSW? Or do I just leave it?
I'm sorry, man. I really can't help you troubleshoot here while I'm mapping and
You're
streaming and
trying to
stuff.
play. You're copying everything over.
Yeah, it asks this.
Well,
The destination already has a file named Duke4.dsw.
copy it wholesale, everything.
So just replace everything.
Yeah.
Alright. And from there, I should just like run Duke forever. And
Try to make sure that your your folders don't have any spaces in them, or else you'll run into other troubles as well. If you want to use the editor, you have to name the folder Duke4.
they do not have any spaces, and I still see the same error message.
Okay, so we're going to call this Are we going to add any new enemies? Oh, thanks for checking in and the best wishes. Are we going to add any new enemies? I mean, we're implementing broken enemies. Are we going to add any new enemies? I think the closest thing to new enemies we're probably adding currently, at least as far as the plans go, would be bosses.
Part of me wonders if that's the reason why this story idea eventually got rejected.
What do you mean? Keep it easy, Rainbow Gem.
Part of me wonders if they just could not really expand properly into new ideas, new enemies, new problems for the player to deal with. So they decided to go in a separate direction.
I mean, I don't know. With the way we've planned it out, it seems like we can implement new weapons and new enemies, like based off of what we have here, into the levels, like straight through. Like I think we figured out like the EDF base is the last time you encounter a new enemy, like as it currently is, and that's like a lot of the way through it. You know what I mean? So it's really not too bad. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting to have some other new enemies. Like I guess we have talked about new types of current enemies too, like different variations of the pigs.
I still believe that the implementation of the cycloids into later builds wasn't inherently a bad idea.
Yeah, I can understand it.
The problem was how they implemented it was way too safe.
Yeah, it was just very safe. Yeah.
Because if they went Doom 2016 of the same designs, but enhanced, brought forward, and modified into something with more both cohesive design and uh, overall improved structure based off of Duke 3D, they would have had something special.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
You still hear me?
Yeah.
Strange, because they seem to pump me off the server.
You're here.
I thought for a sec you might have finally banned me. I was gonna.
Oh no. You're gonna start flaming me on the other discords.
Fair enough.
No, I was just joking, man. No. We don't. You know. Come on. You've been around long enough. We don't handle bans like that here. One guy has
Surprise!
gotten
Yeah,
kicked.
bet he was a fun one.
Alright, so come out here. And now I hit this spot here. Oh, I know what I did wrong. It's because I need to make, whoops. The event is slot spawn trigger.
I'm a professional. Don't try this at school.
Okay. That was pretty cool. That worked out pretty well. So maybe, whoop, man.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Maybe next in here, because that guy came running from right here. Maybe I have, he can still stand there. And then I can have some more EDF spawn right here. Whoa. Oh! Almost. Come get some. I still have 49 health. I'm fine. Okay, so yeah, maybe put some more EDF over in here. Kind of trying to deal with the infected civilians. Are you guys going to take any inspirations from the Duke Nukem fan comic, where the events of Duke Nukem 2011 was just a dream? Technically, this would, I guess technically this would fall under like alternative history Duke Nukem Forever, right? Because this does kind of assume Duke Nukem 2011 didn't happen, so...
Yeah, you know what you said, Otacon, is just like technically the truth post.
Yeah.
Hey, if that's the case, can we have Mecha Sharks, please?
Can we have what?
Sorry, in that comic, they actually show Mecha Sharks.
Oh, Mecha Sharks.
Yeah, sharks
They're in this.
operating on mechs and with
Oh.
machine guns and.
Oh, not that far. I would say there are Robo Sharks in this, but
Whoever decided to design that enemy was smoking something fun.
I'm down.
That water is cold and deep too.
So we'll take these guys here. We'll make these guys EDF Casino push. And then we'll make this path node EDF push track. And then we'll take all these guys and have their... Maybe it's the next.
You guys want to hear something fun?
Sure.
Me gonna work in the equivalent of an SOC, Security Operations Center. Also, me at home. Has a bad server that whose PSU is clicking, and to avoid serious fires, just put it outside.
I mean, look, the nice thing is that when you're working in a like customer environment, business is willing to pay to have their hardware upgraded most of the time. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Your home network, you're going to be cobbling stuff together off of stuff that company didn't want anymore. So,
Yeah,
I got
like
a bigger
yeah, go
irony.
on.
I'm making a PS5 game. I still have a Pentium in my computer.
This is exactly my home network at this moment and my status of operation, basically.
God, I need to replace that damn processor.
Something that it would be cool to do is if we could get EDF grunt spawns with randomized weapons.
Dude,
Like
my
allow them to have M16s, allow them to have shotguns. And I mean, we have, like sappers and heavy weapons and stuff like that, but if we could just set, one of the randoms to that, that would be pretty cool.
dude, my advice, if you want to replace a processor, but you'd also need to get another mobile, would be just get a Xeon processor. They are heavily reliable. Like I had one, just no problems with them. The only downside I found out now documenting more was that apparently usually the PSUs are more unique for a Xeon
Yeah.
and lower power output, but you might be able to run something like a 1080. Otacon, maybe you know better than me.
No, yeah, you're right. Well, you're right because it's normally Xenons are in power or in server processors, and
Yeah,
so
and
servers
workstation.
themselves are going to have already unique PSUs.
I would agree with you wholeheartedly, but I already have a brand new motherboard for the next processor, so I don't exactly want to switch that out.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because the damn motherboard was like $250.
Sheesh! I bought an entire Z400 for $75 and 20 shipping, so I cannot complain if the PSU is clicking. We die like real men.
Yeah, right. I appreciate that, Zentrix. I really do. It's like when my cousin gave me his old ROG laptop that I was using. It's like, yeah, the screen, none of the colors red, only the color red showed on the screen, none of the other colors, and it was like, well, this was free, so am I really gonna sit here and complain too much about it?
Yeah, exactly. This is how I roll at the moment. Hey, I got this basically from the dump and left some money for whoever is gonna come and discover them. And well, just roll with it, man.
All right, dude, that was pretty fun and intense. Oh, these guys from back here showed up finally.
Time to dial 911.
Okay, cool. That's a nice little combat section there. Spruce that up a bit. Okay, so now we can start working on the natural pathing over to here. And it's stuff like this that kind of really is gonna like add to it, and that's the kind of stuff, just little things like this is also what we mean when we say that we're like, the kind of additions we're making to levels in general. It's just this kind of stuff. For the most part. Sometimes it's a little more than that, but for the most part it's this kind of stuff. I really need to figure out how these work. Because this is the fire. What should a new game about Duke give to please new and old audiences? Well, I think the big thing is going to be, in order to appease old audiences, I think as long as we still have the things that make you feel of Duke, right? Duke is like a run and gun shooter. It's known for its like set pieces and known for its like environmental and level interactivity, and it's known for its one-liners, and it's known for its attitude and like its main protagonist, right? Like Duke is like the most memorable thing about uh, Duke, probably, really. I mean, right? Um, and so nailing that, I think, is really going to be the key to making sure we still have the old audience. And as far as a new audience goes, I think just proving to people that this isn't Duke 2011 and doesn't have some of the more negative things that go along with that is going to make a big difference there.
No more sewage humor, please.
What it really comes down to, I think, though, is that okay, so this is that too, right?
Because Duke 3 only had, like, what, 3 jokes about that, and that was it?
I think we've been pretty cautious. Not cautious. We've been pretty. I don't know what the word I want to use for is it. Conscious of those sorts of things. Oh, that's right. All this fire is being done by trigger spawns and stuff. Yeah, which is all that these are. So there's no reason. So currently, for some reason, all these things are fire effects, right? And they all do kind of cause fire. They cause Duke to burn, but not effectively. I'll keep worrying about something else for now. Let's see. Hey, somebody's breathing like right into their mic. Okay, let's see. So Duke's gonna come in from over here, and I don't know, do one like here. Oh no. Weird. Okay. Alright, don't know what was up with that, but that's fine. Really doesn't want me to place a spawn point in this part of the hall. What is going on? Oh, that's why. It's because there is the fire effect where I was right clicking.
You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Hey, keep it easy.
Peace.
Close down the hallway with a trip mine trap. Let's see. I'm going to put a couple over here. So most of these I'm placing to be enemies that spawn in when you start like coming through here. I want to put a couple over here though that spawn if like you come over here. They're like, you know, already up against the fence here, and then like 2 more will pop out and kind of come close. Oh, so ideally how I'd close off this part of the hallway is that it's on fire. But I'll show you with what's going on. I think there's just something I have to place still. See, this is all supposed to be on fire here. So in theory, that would be preventing the player from continuing this way. It just, the fire effect isn't actually fully enabled. It's just a 2D flat texture like it is here too. Oh, it is creating that fire effect. Oh, I know what I've done. I'm a dunceman. I know what's happened.
Ow.
I know what's up. Yup. So we're going to select all these fires here. Sorry. Maybe I can do like a... Okay. Let's see if that fixes that. Can we make it so Duke can share his weapon with other people so they can cover his back? That'd be a cool feature, but I don't know what the chances of us adding and implementing something like that are. Could be cool though, don't get me wrong. Definitely sounds like a cool idea, but... There we go. Tweak those things, rebuild here, see if that fixes these fires. I did something a little silly when placing all these. No, it didn't. Yeah, see, because these fires are actually, for some reason, activated by stepping right here. It activated all these little fire effects all over the map now. Oh, not right here, I guess. This must be activated from somewhere else. Yep, there they go. So I just need to enable these ones to be always on. Ooh. And so what I'm actually going to do here is turn this mode on. I think that's one there too. Come on, buddy. Oh, no, it's a slot machine bank. Interesting. Don't know how that got moved all the way over here. Any references be made to Caleb below Wang? Yeah, probably. Definitely want to do some throwbacks like that. Effects. And then actually particle system. Fire effects. Oops. Let's see if that fixes that. I think it's probably because it's like the most like because people already associate red with being hot. You know what I mean? Well, those fires are probably a little small, huh? That one's probably okay, but we'll go fire effects too with these other ones. Yeah, like I said, I would just say that it's probably because that's like just what's most noticeable, what's like most like eye catching. It's what people think of, to be honest with you, when they think of fire, I think. And also, you know, fire flames might be blue, but it's also only like the really hot flames that are blue, you know? So while it is indicative of a more of a hot fire, the most of the time when like what you actually see is those, you know, red flames.
Oh, looks like it's only us now in the chat. Now I see.
Yeah, that's okay. Have you been working on anything fun that you have to share?
Sorry?
I said, have you been working on anything fun you have to share?
No, I've been caught up with my server and now doing some try hack me exercises. Other
Gotcha,
than
gotcha.
that, not much. Yeah.
That's fair. Let's see how that looks. Hey, that looks better. And now we just have to make this actually a fire that hurts Duke. Yeah, that looks way better. Add some smoke effects. Maybe add some more fire effects to this. Yeah, I like that a lot more now. Looks proper, or at least closer to it. Yeah, let's add another one of these. Maybe just one more too. Push it up over there. There we go. Of course, one of the important things, we got to make all of these actually deal damage to the player. Oh no. There we go. Okay. Particle damage. Damage type. Fire damage. Say it does 50% of the player's health. Let's test that. Honestly, maybe even take these two and duplicate them. So let's spread a little further out too. Okay.
Oh, but I now I remembered I have some interesting plans, but they are not about Duke. Would you like to still hear them?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I was just thinking about replicating SSH in a more obscure way, onion-like encryption, like five potential keys, out of which one is embedded into the protocol, and having it obscured, closed source means that the ability of it being reversed is pretty small.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
Pretty nifty.
Is it like feasible that having a closed source and a layer like I described to make it more difficult to reverse and break?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm personally always a fan of open stuff, but at the same time, closed stuff is less susceptible to.
Yeah, because yeah, sure, open source stuff is nice, right? But when it comes to services like SSH, there is the trade-off between security, because if you break the source of OpenSSH, you basically have a universal backdoor.
Right. Let's see. I'm pretty sure there's an ambient sound effect for fire.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah.
Fuck, I think I broke a nail. This really pisses me
Hey,
off.
bad guy. Do you think it would be too much to put an invisible wall here? Do you think that's not fair to the player?
Ow!
Probably. I should do something else to obscure that direction other than doing that. I think in this corner too, I've decided I want to put a pool table. I guess there probably wouldn't be a pool table at a casino, so I feel kind of torn on that. But I also think it could be kind of fun just to have one. Could just make the fire a kill box. Now you're thinking, man. That's a good idea. Can I do something with these? Just I guess the easiest way to do it would probably just be doing this. Yep, it's already set to do damage to the player. So what I'll do is I'll make like the last little bit of it here. Create brush, depth 0. Oh, I guess it doesn't go across all the way. Oh well. Oh, I thought I could. forget what I actually have to do in order to do that. I know there's a way I can do this. I know I've seen it. I just got to remember how to do it. Make a box the size of the hall, and then use a special brush to make it a kill volume. Okay. So then let's do this. Let's go. Boop.
Hey, do you watch Dark Web Diaries?
No, I can't say that I do.
Uh,
YouTube stuff?
yeah. It's a channel called, I think it's Jake Rysider. Doesn't sound familiar, does it?
No.
Yeah, gotcha.
Zentrix is hella loud compared to myself. That is probably my OBS settings here. I'm sure if I did like this, that'll help that a little bit. I don't think I can actually increase my output anymore.
So let's see. How do I sound now? Still loud?
Yeah, I turned that all in general down a little bit. There we go. This should help a little bit. Yeah, that should help a little bit. Yeah, nice.
Is it better now?
Okay, so make the depth. Oh man, I messed up. Not quite. It's just not making it big enough. Is my problem. It needs to be from this point here to like this point here. Ah, man. Trying to line this shit up. There we go.
I think something that's not good trademark just happened. So I told you about my Z400, right?
Yeah.
Um, I just created a folder in /tmp, tried to cd and ls to it, and it just does nothing. So I guess my hard drives were killed by the clicking PSU.
That really bites.
Yeah. And I put a fresh 2 terabyte HDD in there, man. That was like 60 euros or something like that.
Hmm.
Just about the price of the entire
The unit
Z400.
set, yeah. Okay, so I
Yeah,
got this
no.
big space.
Do you?
So, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, do you think it would actually be a good idea to just spend a couple €100 just on a server to learn what's how to use them? So, considering that my job is gonna be server focused in a few months.
Well, so the thing is that unless you've got stuff like you'd be really it would behoove of you it would help you a lot to try to determine what they're already using. So a lot of different companies can use a lot of different things. Like the very first MSP I ever worked for, we just used a flash drive system to map drives and map new computers. The second company I worked for, we used an MDT system where we built the images and then we're able to image them remotely. Now, at this current company, we're using like a an Intune system where we can image a computer connected to the internet. So and pointed to the right location. So it all just kind of depends.
Well, the thing is, from what to my understanding, this guy would just let me go and do my thing as long as he has a website running that's gonna be designed by somebody else. I might help with the DBs if I learn them. But all he cares about is having some availability, some decent availability, and some good security. But he doesn't have anything up to this point, from what I understand.
Gotcha.
So I think to familiarize myself, it would be a good idea to buy, I don't know, 250, 300 euro server to dip my toes in the water.
Sure.
What would you say about that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, because that's it's a bit of an investment considering that I'm 20.
Right.
Um, yeah, and
Honestly, man. So
yeah.
so what? So he's just gonna put you all in charge of it, or you're just gonna be helping him with stuff? Because it sounds like you'll just be able to learn from him.
Well, he's not a techie, so I guess I'm gonna be in charge of it.
Gotcha. Hmm. What do I need to do with this thing now?
Xeon or consumer grade CPUs and all those.
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I'm distracted.
Ah, yeah, gotcha. Well, this is gonna be it for tonight. Thank you for the advice, Atakan, as always. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go head to bed.
Fair enough, bud. Have a good evening. Oh, I know what I need to do. Oops, not that. I know what I'm doing wrong. I need to place a zone info inside this box. Fuck. Okay, it did place it, it just made it invisible in the editor. That's dumb. Zone info is kill zone. There we go. And then let's lift this up like that, just to make sure it's not clipping through everything and making one giant, huge room that's a kill zone. Cool. That worked exactly how I wanted it to. Let's test to make sure it works. Oops. I didn't mean to trigger all those guys. Well, I did not actually create a kill zone.
That's no good.
Oh, that's why. Now it will. Hey, that's awesome, bad guy. Really glad to hear that. I know that's something you've been working on for a minute now. Nope, it still didn't create the kill box. Interesting. Why is it not creating this kill? There it goes. Took a second for the kill zone to kill me for some reason. Actually, we'll have to talk about that a little bit, bad guy, because I think that we want to add the incubator roadmap to the El Matador. But would definitely love to see some work moving around again. Yeah, it's been brought up a couple times. Basically, there is a Okay, so I created a kill zone, so it should kill the player, and then just in case it doesn't, I might just create an invisible wall in the middle of it. Because it seems like it only works from one way for some reason. The incubator is one of the few like actual Duke documents from the time period, from the development. It's something that showed up around 2009, and the idea was there was a ship that had crashed that had a bunch of it was 2009, so it was the impregnators. And so what we've been thinking about doing is repurposing that. I wonder why the kill zone's so funky. To reincorporate that, but with you know, our version of the snatchers and stuff like that. I shouldn't even say our version of the snatchers. It's not like we came up with that, but yeah. You know, I guess this isn't really necessary. The player takes so much damage from the fire that... Yeah, you know what? Do this the right way. Don't de-incentivize the player from going there. Just make them take a bunch of damage if they do. I'm fine with that. It'll make everything a little harder to fight through here. Okay, so let's get back to placing more enemies in this map. Then once we get the enemy spawners built and working in this room, I think I'm going to take my like half-hour break. And then when we'll come back, we will continue to decorate some of this room and decorate with some more enemy spawners here. And we'll run through what we have one more time here as well, just to kind of show off what we've done so far today. Yeah, bad guys. So the idea, I guess I'll show you. So I'll show you what we got going on here. Let me spawn myself a shotgun. Some M16s. Maybe that wasn't the best place to do it. There we go. So you come through here. Yeah, they gotta make the collision radius on that a little bigger, maybe. Oh, I'm gonna have to set them to wander. So you come into here, a bunch of NPC, you know, a bunch of snatched are in the casino. These EDF rush you. Why did only one guy spawn? What happened? Okay. I don't know where the other EDF that we placed earlier went, but anyways... Oh, there they are. Gotta make those spawning radiuses a little wider. So basically the idea is you start coming through here, you fight through the zombies, and then... Oh. These EDF kind of spawn as a consequence. And then, you know, you've got to go here, which is the way the player is normally supposed to go.
Remember, kids, I'm a professional.
And I want the player to be able to go here. And so the way to do that is you're going to open up these gates using some levers. And so you're going to come into here, fight through some more snatched. And then the player could go this way, but what I want the player to do, to turn down the fire on some of these, is traverse this up here. And then use this to get to the other side and have to fight more zombies. And then that eventually, of course, leads the player into the security room right here, which will have your levers. I know they're too high up right now. They're just kind of they were the last things placed last work on this map, and then over there's a secret you can access to get to some ammunition and weapons and stuff. I don't think I've showed off how to get to that secret yet, though, and I don't want to. So it is implemented already, though. So yeah, that's why I was thinking about putting something over here to just stop the player from going this way. But I think that just having the player lose 51 health from traversing that will make it equally as much of a challenge if the player decides to skip it like that. Scratching my leg. Okay. I didn't actually name these yet, right? No, okay, I didn't think so. Place these guys in here. Maybe even have it when like the player jumps down here, some EDF storm out of here. I think that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so we'll name these guys EDF sec. And then damn. Hey Haxon. Welcome. Add these guys in over here. Okay, so we're gonna call these. I forget what wing this is. I think it's east. Yeah. East Casino Snatched. Let's see here. Same thing with these folks. Casino Snatched. And then I'm going to take these guys, duplicate them. Take this guy, put him way over here. Take this guy, put him way over here. And then name these guys East Casino Snatched 2. And then, okay. Now we need some factories. Thing factory. Place this guy there. Place this guy here, I guess. East Casino snatched. There's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. 2 EDF soldiers in the switch room, and I'll have them actually like run out towards the player once they like get to a certain point. I could cut it down to just 1 though. I also something also to keep in mind is that whenever I'm designing these maps, I'm always setting them up to be ideally on hard. So there will eventually be another pass through where we add, the medium difficulty creature factories and stuff like that. Yeah, since we have that working, we definitely want to make sure that we incorporate that. I want to make sure these folks. Actually, I think it's up here. Orders Rome. There we go. Same thing with these boys. Hey, remember last week when a guy was wearing Duke's pants and we said that guy, those aliens are bastards are gonna pay for stealing my pants? Well, that's kind of the funny thing is that like there's a bunch of there's already kind of implied that there's Duke memorabilia shops in here, so I'd kind of like to think that it could be kind of funny to have just other NPCs, I don't know. There's like a couple like one of like the fat mechanics or like a couple of the other random NPCs just dressed up like a Duke. Maybe even have a couple of the ladies dressed up like a Duke. I think that could be kind of fun. So, something else I want to make sure is that I set their health to, and they hate the player, and they're aggressive to the player, and they use their tentacles. Hate the player. Use health. 45. I'm thinking about 1 because if you go there on fire, you'll be fighting free fire snatched. Also surprise the EDF. Yeah, that's fair. In my eyes, it's kind of the player's fault if they decide that they're going to try to run through the fire. But I definitely, I feel you. Yeah, even people with like Duke's wig. A wig of Duke's hair, yeah. That could be a lot of fun. Make these guys random snatched. These guys are going to be... Oh, did they have NPCs wearing Duke merch in DNF 2011? I don't remember that. I believe you, though. It's just been a while. There we go. Change this. Linus Tech Tips cosplay. Yeah, I don't think. Unfortunately, I don't think Linus Tech Tips falls under our 2003 cutoff point.
Hello.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
So what have we been looking at since I left?
Well, we added some more. We changed quite a few things, honestly. We added solid gates. We changed. We decided the definitive path. We changed the some of these gates to be permanent gates since they're never going to open, and it's easier on the game engine to just have brushes and not movers.
Okay.
I'm actually going to replace these fires with proper fire.
Okay.
I just haven't done that yet. We added a enemy encounter to the main body of the hotel here, or the casino here.
Mhm.
And we are working on incorporating an encounter in the second part of the casino here.
Nice.
We made all of this on fire, and it does a good amount to the player now. So if the player just decides to run through here, he's going to be half healthed.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then lastly, we're going to make a little encounter here where once the player gets a certain amount of the way down this hallway, EDF are going to, an EDF is going to come through this door to kind of try to figure out what's going on.
Cool. Okay.
And I'm also trying to make it so that when the player is coming down here, like walking down this hallway and can't progress, there's going to be extra zombies that spawn in here to try to show the player that this is what's going on.
Okay, to kind of lead their attention.
Yep.
Cool. That's awesome.
Oh, hey, Des joined chat as well. Howdy, Des. And then honestly, the plan right now is basically to finish setting up these encounters and then take a half hour, and then I'll be back to kind of finish some stuff up here.
Right on.
Let's add another thing factor. Let's add the triggers for this. So
Unfortunately, I probably also need to take off in about a half hour, but I will hang out until then.
yeah, awesome. Yeah, sounds good.
This has already got ideas on how to pimp up that room with the encounter.
Good. Love it.
Looks like people are talking about that one encounter in 2011 where you meet the little kid with the book signing.
Yeah, we were talking about how it could be fun to have. Somebody mentioned how this dude we found out last week or realized last week that this dude has Duke's pants on because he's got the Duke Nukem belt buckle and Duke Nukem's jeans.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were joking about how it could be funny to have a bunch of people who like. There's already memorabilia shops in the casino, and just to have a bunch of people like dressed up as Duke Nukem. Like you run into other like
like cosplayers.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd be way into that. That kind of reminds me of Saints Row the Third and how like they kind of played with the idea of like what if crime but as a brand, and like they did some really awesome stuff with that idea.
Right. Yeah.
I really like the idea. I think even 2011 did this, where like the idea of Duke Nukem as a brand, both in the game and in real life, and like everyone not just they love Duke, but they want to like own his like image in a way. And yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Let's make the collision on this.
The joke where you find the guy in the conference room who like starts freaking out about how he gave his little girl Devastators. That is probably my favorite joke in the entire game in 2011. That I literally, the way it is delivered with such like a manic quality is really really good. And dear God, I want to know who wrote like that encounter and be like, okay, I'm really glad you showed up that day.
I think we're gonna put the other trigger like right here. Okay, let's see if that worked as intended. Yeah, honestly, I think this new encounter is pretty sweet.
Oh yeah.
Let's see how these both play together. That's not good. Let's go ahead and just rebuild one more time.
It do be like that.
Yeah. Let's try
I
again.
heard you saying, I think on the last stream that like since you got your hardware upgraded, that building has been a lot less of a hassle, which is good to know.
Oh yeah, it's super quick now.
Yeah, that's
I've
awesome.
been super impressed with this little machine for only $1,000. It's been really, really impressive.
You can get some really decent hardware at like pretty decent prices, like if you know what you're looking for, like are willing to like compromise on certain things. Like you can get some decent shit going.
Oh yeah, it was definitely like a mid-maxing kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Where that came from. Let's dance.
Remember a time when like that wasn't even possible. Like the budget tier was always just, like it can barely do anything. Like I don't know if you remember the era of the Intel integrated graphics chip.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, those were the bad old days right there. It's like, ah yes, I have a graphics card that can't do palletized textures. Hell yeah. Yeah, Hacksoon, the person who wrote that joke in the conference room understands Duke way more. I bet. I wonder if it was. Oh God, what's his name? He does Film Joy now. He's actually a really, really awesome YouTuber. Wikipedia time. Hello.
Hasta la vista, asshole.
Hello.
Oh, howdy, Jester. Yeah, dude, see that encounter? That I don't know. That's fun. Personally, I enjoy playing through that.
Yeah, Mikey Newman. Maybe he like popped in and just threw that in one day. It seems like his kind of humor.
Oh, I gotta tweak the fire for sure.
Fire, fire, fire.
I'm just getting started. Hasta la vista, asshole.
Fire.
Need to watch that new Beavis and Butthead. I saw a clip of it where they do like they watch an ASMR YouTuber. Probably one of the funniest Beavis and Butthead bits
Oh
I've
my
ever seen in
god!
life. It's so fucking funny, dude. I'll post it in the Discord. It's amazing.
Sounds like fun. Awesome.
I've seen in the
Haxon,
new-
feel free. I'm reading chat, so.
like the scene in the new movie where I think Butthead is handed a phone and he looks at the screen and he's supposed to take a photo of people. He
Yeah.
looks at the screen and says, "This show sucks. It's just these, it's just these fat people standing there doing nothing."
Oh, it brings my heart joy knowing that the boys are back.
Alright, let's see if this change makes these guys try to attack me through the fence.
Man, those two are the best dumbasses to ever praise the screen.
Looks like Lady
Oh,
Luck
absolutely.
just gave you the finger.
I literally have a pet theory that Beavis and Butthead Do America inspired a lot of this game's progression.
Oh yeah?
I will not clarify on that. I just get this weird feeling like the release dates match up too much, and they already had the Beavis and Butthead joke in Duke 3D, and I'm like, Hey, inspiration comes from anywhere, right?
Yeah. Thing factory, creature factory. These guys already have a name. EDF sec. EDF sec.
Beavis and Butthead Do America is one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah. I used to watch that on VHS religiously as like a little kid. Because I had cool parents.
But I do not like the first 2 seasons. They are really... They look
They're hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while for them to find their footing. I don't know if any of you all have ever played the point-and-click adventure game Beavis and Butthead were in, Virtual Stupidity.
I'm familiar with it, but I haven't played it.
It's really, really good. Like LucasArts tier.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Well, it's Sierra, isn't it?
No, it was Viacom New Media, which was like their very short-lived game development brand.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was it's entirely an internal team, I think. And then, yeah.
Okay.
ICOM did that, and then they became someone else. I want to say, like ICOM became a whole new thing later on.
For the hacking puzzle, can the movement of the liquid be reduced so we have more time to get the puzzles right? Because I'm disabled and the mouse and keys are hard. Yeah. The pipe dream puzzles can be slowed in general. Those are just like a setting.
That's awesome because I actually have trouble with those too.
Honestly, I'm not even the biggest fan of them personally. We've been talking about like other creative ways we can do similar things. There's a couple other different ones in the build already as well. Like there's one that's like a puzzle solving, like, fill in the spaces kind of one. So that one also would probably be a good like base replacement for issues like that. But yeah, in general, I think already even in our build, a lot of the puzzles have been tweaked so they're a little slower.
It's awesome. That's good to hear.
Sorry, but I just pictured George Passard as the great Cornholio. Just walking around with his t-shirt over his head.
Oh, we were all doing that.
Yeah.
We were all doing it. Don't even front. I saw a fucking tweet the other day that was like, let me see if I can find it. It was so goddamn good.
Let's see here. I need to go to info actors.
One of the best scenes in
You're fine.
Do America, where Beavis eats all this medication from this old lady and then goes crazy and turns into Cornholio in the White House.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. Last night, someone's younger girlfriend said, quote, "What's cornholio?" And three 38-year-old men with chronic back pain instinctively simultaneously reach for the back collars of our shirts. That's a very, very good one.
That's no other way to explain it, right?
Right.
Show, don't tell.
Come on, game. What the hell? Is my control key not working? There we go.
Oh. I've been having trouble with my mouse. One of my mouse buttons sometimes doesn't hold a click. I think that's like a known problem with like Logitech mice, and I'm ready to smash this thing with a damn hammer and get a new one.
Oh yeah, mine is double clicking, which is also a known issue with Logitech mice, and I am like livid.
It's the worst, isn't it?
It's obnoxious. And I took this thing apart the other day and cleaned it all out, gave it all made sure everything was nice and spick and span on the inside. Nah, man.
Yeah, apparently they announced a new one that has like an optical sensor where like the spring is supposed to be, because what it is like the spring goes bad or something. It's like something to do with like just we be clicking that mouse too much. It's all our faults.
Right.
Just be glad it's not these balls anymore.
What was that?
I said just be glad that it's not these balls anymore.
Oh
Ball
yeah. When I so a few years back, I bought a Power Mac off eBay because I wanted to play a very specific port of Wing Commander that was completely different from any other port. And it was a nightmare, and the mouse especially, I had to get a UV cleaner and like fucking put the mouse in it and just like have it like just do whatever the UV cleaner does. When it came out, it was like brand new. It was so fucking weird. Then like a week later, it was back to like being squirrely. It's like, ah, yes, old technology.
Yeah, that sucked.
What happened?
Yeah, it was the worst. Although I had a great job in public school where I would act before classes, go in and clean all the mouse balls in the library, like make sure the computers were on and shit.
Yeah, I used to do that too in our computer room. I had to check the mice and the keyboards and the computers themselves. I had to check if they work or not. And I was cleaning these mice every week. And I remember playing shooters back then.
Oh yeah.
Quake 2 and Unreal and whatnot. And I remember the mouse starting to skip and stuff. Because of these damn ball things inside it. I'm so glad that's gone.
Oh yeah. No, optical mice are a very clear upgrade over bald mice.
But the early ones cause problems as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just like you're exchanging different problems, right?
Yep.
You're watching them try to walk through the fire to come at me is kind of cool. Well, he didn't. Oh, yeah, there he went. I'm like, oh, he didn't catch on fire. Yeah, he did. Let's see if these guys trigger properly.
There really was no gaming gear back then, right?
Oh, whoops.
There wasn't until like 1999, I think. Edward TM says new sections will be added to the mapping, right? Yep, you're looking at it. You're looking at brand new geometry, brand new layouts. Oh, I should say, like, especially in this example, there was geometry built out here, but like it was barely started.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
A lot of this is new.
Yep. So this room here and this room here were previously both in the game already. It's just that they were bare bones, not really implemented or added. Same thing with this over here. We fleshed out this hallway a little more, made it a little more complete. And yeah, obviously this hallway is still kind of missing this kind of stuff where we need to add like another shop over there or something like that maybe. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys got messed up. Pawn. There we go. And then set these guys to random swap. Now they should be able to open up that door and charge me. That's what I want them to do. I want them to open up this door, like come running out of the store at Duke.
Mm.
Just kind of like that, just like these just like these guys up here. I kind of want it to be this, like, you know, you still don't really know if the EDF are here for the snatch or the EDF are here for you. You do great because the EDF fought you on the rooftop, but just when you come in here, there's a bunch of them, and then it's kind of like these EDF are here to kind of handle them, but really they're here to handle Duke.
Yeah.
Hasta la vista, baby.
So I'm thinking about the concept of, like, I know it's been mentioned before, like the reason why Bombshell is an antagonist for like a chunk of the game is because she was being fed bad intel. So is the team thinking of situations where possibly human, like uninfected EDF are treating the player as hostile? Is that like
Where
possible to do?
uninfected EDF are treating them hostile?
Like every now and then, because like when you think about the concept of the game as like, you know, you can't trust anyone, that might be interesting. I think it might also be frustrating, so I'm curious how that might work.
See, because we've talked about making some of the EDF friendly towards Duke, but we haven't really talked about that. That's an interesting concept, though.
Like, even if like, what I envision is that, like, it's almost like you're not sure if they're going to be friendly or hostile before they turn around. Like, you know, they might say, "Hey, Duke," or they might like you know, hostile detected. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that would really, yeah, that would really sell the concept of, you know, the paranoid thriller that DNF is like trying to be. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know.
That's probably something that like would definitely need to be tested to make sure, like, okay, are we not like exhausting the player too much and like still conveying to the player, okay, here you can be sure these are friendly. Here you can be sure these are hostile. And there's a couple sections where you're not sure.
Okay. Still gotta work on that, I guess. Okay. I think this is honestly a good spot. This new encounter here with the more snatched in here is pretty fun. I think when we come back, we'll go ahead and replace all the fire in here to get that fixed. Maybe we will implement some more of these folks. Maybe we'll implement these folks running out of this casino area, kind of like running away from the snatched that are in here.
Okay.
And kind of go from there. I think since I was already talking about the revamp of Dark Hotel, and I will go ahead and play over some of the video that wasn't released, and then yeah, like I said, when we come back, we'll go ahead and work some more on buttoning some more of this up.
Oh yeah, I might have taken off by then, but I'll hang out until then.
Yeah, fair enough. I always appreciate you hanging out and
yeah, it's always a
chatting
good
and stuff.
time.
Yeah, for sure. Comparison shots. I think this is the video right here. So let's just kind of get right back into it. So we ended off with all these folks spawning in over here. Put these folks in over here. I guess let's go ahead and let's replace these fire points here. Maybe we'll eventually look at some of these other water effects too. Maybe we can get something cool going on in one of the other levels here. Oh, I'm pumped for the Phantom Fury. The trailer was awesome. I am so one of the things that I like a lot about us getting access to this is that it is like back from a time where we like game developers were really focused on making a good like story-driven first-person shooter, and so I feel like seeing that that trailer really kind of invoked that feeling again. Like we're gonna get a good first-person shooter, like a good single-player first-person shooter. You know that is a little long since like dead almost. You know, so it'll definitely be really cool to see. Personally, I'm excited. Oops. Just kind of replacing all these broken fires here. Realms Deep in general was pretty awesome. I only really paid attention day one, but a lot of the stuff they showed off there seemed pretty cool. I kind of like the like I said, I just like the idea of more good single player first person shooters in general. I think that's something that's kind of fallen off. Yeah, honestly, it was kind of hard not to notice that those kind of like Duke Nukem-esque references, or Duke Nukem 2001 and 2011, because like even there was something else they were showing off afterwards too. I'm trying to think of what game it was. There's another game they showed off though, that it had like the whack-a-mole puzzle game that's in what just happened? It had like the whack-a-mole puzzle game that's in Duke Nukem Forever as well. Go ahead and refresh these. I think we're getting another thing for Ion Fury too, so that'll be cool as well. There we go. I don't know how I did that accidentally, but I'll have to fix that. But understand what happened here. Okay, so that's what happened. It's supposed to be SMK2. Somehow this got super messed up. SMK2. Oh, I did it. There we go. Fixed it. Yeah, I used to call it Ion Maiden for the longest time too. It is a cooler name, but it just kind of is what it is at this point, I guess. Okay, got better fire enabled there. Got this fire enabled in here. That's fun. Yeah, Razor Race. I think it's cool that they did that and they even acknowledged that. You know what I mean? Definitely cool stuff. I think that I don't know. I don't see it as much. I get that it definitely is something. Like I definitely do like understand and see it, but I don't think it's as like obvious. It's only in small little nods here and there. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to complete blank as I come back here. Okay. I was like clicking through menus, looking at stuff, just trying to complete blank, but here we go. Actually, I guess both these should kind of be moved that way a little bit. Kind of want to have two purposely spawn in the fire here. I guess maybe I can sneak some back here too. That way they've got less of a chance of being seen by the player. Let's get some more navigation points put in so they know where they can and cannot walk. Okay. Got all that fun stuff set. Make ourselves another thing factory. Key point, thing factory, creature factory. Go to our creature factory here.
Liquid.
Howdy.
What are you doing all alone here?
What's that?
How come you're all alone in here?
Just because, Abomination hopped off and nobody else has hopped back on. We just returned back from, break on stream, and so I am just working on some level stuff.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch it for a bit. I just got out of bed, so I am absolutely groggy right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, right now, it's a good time to show off the test anyways, as soon as I finish setting this stuff up. Basically, what we've done here is we've completely changed the route of casino a bit here. So now the player comes down the elevator and comes out, And then we're going to have, right now these NPCs are just kind of moved out of that room, but they're going to be in this room and they're going to run to the player, drawing the player through to here where you normally went. You're going to fight through a bunch of snatched and then some EDF up here. And then you're going to find that this path and this path are blocked. And then have to fight through this room to get into the security room to disable the security gates on the other two wings.
That is a lot of changes.
Yeah. So these wings were already integrated into the game. We've just kind of fleshed them out a little more.
Yeah, of course they were.
I added some more lighting, added some more actual fire effects and stuff like that. Added path nodes.
Cool. I haven't been able to play the new versions of the Restoration Project yet. Probably will have to when I can.
Oh no!
Uh-oh, what happened?
The editor just crashed.
As per usual.
Oh man, it hasn't happened in a minute. Oh man.
Hasn't it?
No, this is only the second time it's happened on stream. Fuck. How far back is this? It's before all the enemy placements in there. After the enemy placements in there. Okay, so all we really lost is the enemy placements in this room. Oh, and the fire fixes. Damn.
I wonder
Well,
if
that's
auto-saving would be worth something.
Yeah, the
2K.
problem is that like sometimes I'll like work on something for 45 minutes and then go, I didn't want any of that anyways, and then back it all out. But yeah, auto saving might help. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's okay. So, anyways, this is what we've at least implemented so far.
Well, it ain't bad. Let's have a look.
Gonna pop out here, spawn ourselves some weapons.
We really need to get those icons. Hey, it's a TV dude.
So these folks are all hanging out in here. Don't know why that guy is flashing.
Just getting started.
Oh, those guys didn't spawn. Oh, that's how.
Huh.
That's how behind this map is. That's why. Oh, there they went. They're supposed to. They were spawning. Basically, like as you like worked your way through the enemies here, they spawned like as you were fighting them. But I'll have to set that back up.
Would it be cool to have a like little semi-scripted sequence where you got a few snatchers coming out of that doorway, then they get lit up while you can't visibly see the EDF soldiers yet?
Yeah, something like that could be kind of cool. That was kind of the idea I had with them showing up, is that like you were basically coming in this end and they were coming in that end.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But alright, so got to do a little backwards.
Actually, that might not make sense though because they're both snatched, so their
yeah,
electricities
right.
Be the same.
Right.
I'm an idiot.
Okay, so that triggers them. This. Come on, man. That triggers them. Let's just go ahead and bump up the radius on that trigger. Oh, man. Okay. So now let's go ahead and take all these fires, get rid of them. open this back up. I really should have said before I came back on break, you're right, Lion. Can we see the slots working? Yeah, they work.
Pretty sure the slots have always worked.
Yeah. I think there's like a row of them that doesn't, maybe. Dang. Oh, is this Twitch gambling now? Winning does not trigger an ego boost, it looks like.
I think it does if you play the normal, those ones, yeah. I tried modifying those for a trailer, just to force you to get a grand jackpot every time, but I couldn't figure it out because those are actually like weirdly complicated, like in a way I haven't seen before. They use an algorithm I haven't seen before for the to actually handle like slots and winning and stuff. No idea what the video poker is like though.
Did Duke do the coin flip? No, he doesn't do the coin flip.
Should make him do that.
I mean, if it's in the game files, yeah. As if
It'll
it's,
always
I
be
don't know
created
if
if it's not.
Yeah, that's true too. Okay, so I still don't know how this got put here or what it's for. Slot machine bank.
Is that a slot machine bank?
Okay, I still don't know what that means exactly.
Those hold the every slot machine entity that's supposed to like work in that specific spot.
Okay,
It's kind of
interesting.
hard to explain.
So maybe they planned on putting them over here at some point?
That or someone accidentally selected multiple entities and accidentally selected a bank and moved them all over somehow. It's happened to me more than once. I've done it. I did it plenty when I was working on a hotel.
I wonder if they're meant for these.
I want to have a look at the leak just to see if it's in that same place or not.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
In any case, it's gotta get ready for university, so I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh, no worries, bud.
Yeah, no problem. Take care.
Yep, keep it easy.
Yeah, that I will.
Yeah, I bet you that came from over here. But I don't think these were ever set up, because I don't think these work in the league either. But we'll take a look at that really quick. Yeah, my guess is that that belongs right here for these slot machines that aren't used. So we'll save this time. Oh, do I still have the original league map somewhere? Well, not easily accessible. Alright, we'll worry about that another time. Okay. So let's see here. Restoring stuff back to how it was. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roam and not just stand around. Is their health already set? Nope. Give them all the appropriate health. I guess it could have been worse. I could have not saved this entire time and could have really been behind. Okay. Okay, so we gotta, let's start by replacing our navigation points. Come on. Dude. Okay. Man, this kind of sucks. It's okay. Particle system. Fire effects. Okay. That's fire. Howdy.
Hello.
What's going on?
Nah, nothing much.
Fair enough. We are just still working on some casino here. Unfortunately, having to redo some of what we did earlier today, but that's okay. You
Oops.
know, yeah, editor crashed when I came back from break. Let's go ahead and see what Fire Effect 2 and Fire Effect 3 look like too. Just to see if there's a creative way to mix that up a little more.
Did you ever play the August build?
You know, not really. I checked it out like a little bit, but I mostly jumped straight into the October build when the leak came out.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm
So,
probably going to double check before I make any observations.
what do you mean?
Because the thought crossed my mind that
Those other fire effects don't work. That answers that.
hmm.
What's that though?
Huh?
What were you saying?
Thought crossed my mind that I might have something about the leaked builds that
What
I'll
do you
need to
mean?
verify before.
Oh, okay.
Um, and it's regarding the placement of the lady killer employee, the one from the trailer.
Oh yeah, we moved her. Yep. Yeah, we have
It
moved
goes,
her in our build.
but it goes deeper than that, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm not going to shoot my mouth off until I know for certain, though.
Okay. Add some more of these in. These aren't something we added last time, but something I planned on adding. I think it'll just kind of make for a nice little added look here. I also think that I forgot to put that there. Let's go ahead and re-render this. Yeah, there we go. Smoke effects look nice. top of that is not textured properly. I guess I should probably like add something to like the middle of this wall or something like that, maybe too. But cool. Let's raise this guy up just a little more. There we go. Okay, cool. That is touched up again for the most part. Okay, let's go ahead and add back our snatched. So I actually think that the two I wanted to be on the other side of this wall, well, we'll do them in the same way, I guess. Info actor, navigation point, spawn point. Add some spawn points here. That's some spawn points there. Okay, that's cool. One more over here. One more over here for those two. Get some creature factories placed. And get some snatched placed. Prototype, random snatched. Maybe we'll listen to the ambient tracks here too tonight before we hop off, and we'll kind of decide something to at least put as a placeholder. I probably got about another half hour left in me. I'm going to end around 6 my time so I can do dinner and stuff like that, and relax a little bit before I've got another Duke-related meeting tonight. So, of course, I really appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us today and having a good time. It's been another productive stream. Not as chatty as some of the previous ones, but I still think a rather productive one. So we'll call this East Casino Spawn.
Sorry, I caught it late.
Ah, hey.
Hello. Sorry, I've been busy running around today. I saw there was a stream on, but I couldn't join it.
Oh,
Just,
no worries.
real life stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Did it go well?
Yeah, things have been going well.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we got about like I was just saying, we got about like another half hour or so left. We're doing some work in casino right now, touching up a number of the rooms, adding some encounters and stuff like that. Been pretty good.
Cool. I shall. Just wanted to say hi.
Oh, I feel you. 7, man. Clicking on these is a pain sometimes. There we go. Stupid double click. There we go. Okay. So there's 10 of them. 10.
What's the map name for the one you're working on?
It's Casino in the Leak. In our build, it is called. And we all learned a lesson. Always save your work. I did save my work. The last save was just at 3 o'clock, an hour before I went on break. I should have saved before I went on break. The name of the leak, the name of the level in the leak is called Casino. Our version of it is the level title is They Shot Lady Luck.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Set in health. Set in health. You best be Roman, son. Aggressive player and hate the player. Okay, copy that. What's this? Oh. Let's see here. Info actor, triggers, trigger. And a trigger. Events, event. Damn it. East Casino spawn 2. East Casino spawn 2 trigger. Add a trigger here. Casino spawn. Casino spawn. Make the collision for these nice and big, so they're hard to miss. And then, oh yeah, we gotta make all these do fire damage. So, here we go. Particle damage 50. Damage type, fire damage. Okay, so apply all this stuff. Let's see how this plays through now.
Groovy. Who's next?
Interesting.
Maybe I shouldn't have those guys automatically aggressive to the players so they don't start trying to chase him.
Step right up
That
and
E3 casino girl was moved.
hasta la vista,
Yeah,
baby.
we moved the casino girl. That's what I said.
No, before you guys got a hold of it.
Started.
Oh,
Interesting.
Bastard.
Because Gearbox published pictures what Duke looked like in the year 2000,
mm-hmm.
and that's where she is in this build, but in the E3 trailer, she's where you put her now.
Yeah, that's where she is in the 2001 build.
Because she is, because the 2001 build, she's in the casino.
Oh, I forgot to set this trigger, didn't I? Oh no, I set it. Okay, cool.
Which is the same as the Gearbox, but in the E3 demo, it
Get some. Die, you
appears that
rat
she
bastard.
may have been moved. Because she's
Oh, yeah.
more in the
There's
lobby.
more where that came from.
Probably not making sense.
You ain't seen nothing.
I'm wondering why this character was danced around as much as she was. Not danced, moved.
Why isn't this hurting me? Yes, this was hurting me before. I gotta fix it again, I guess. Yes, you would be able to run through it. You would just catch fire and get hurt still. Let's see if that fixes it.
Pisses me off.
Hmm.
I think that's a bug in the fire effects.
Well, it was working before.
Because that's what happened whenever you fell into that pit I told you about.
Yeah, but you do catch on fire.
Same in the pit, except it just stops and... Can you do an experiment for me quickly?
What's up?
Just blow yourself up.
Just blow myself up. I already exited out. I'm sorry. Why? What's up?
Because if it's what I think it is, it would simply crash the game.
Gotcha. Maybe I can like select these zones. Let's see here. Welcome back, Haxon. See if that makes any difference here. Nope. Oh well, that's okay. That's why it's still a work in progress. Something else I want to fix here is these trees. Whoop. I haven't gotten past the strip yet, so I was wondering why Duke returned to the city after the highway levels. We're kind of still exploring that. I don't know how exactly I want to word my response to that, so I will put it that way. We're still exploring that. Alright, now let's go in here. Okay, there we go. See how that looks now. Oh, definitely plan on having easier difficulties implemented into the game. They already are to some aspect. Okay, maybe I want to switch those to the other fire effect. My bad. They're a little big, huh? You know, really though, that means that... Oh, those are fire size too. My bad. Okay, so these are cool, but they should be fire size 1, not fire size 2. That does look better than it used to, though. And also, if you play through Steam, if you play through Steam, there is lightweight supported controller support. We are obviously still going to. It would be cool. I shouldn't say it's obvious. It would be cool to still implement something like that if we can get something like that going. But I don't want to have to put more pressure onto the team where it's not necessarily just yet. Controller support would be really cool, though.
You can also use a 3D mapper, 3D controller mapper.
Yeah, you could use something like that too. Yeah.
Because that's what I do. Said this to many of the individuals on your stream, but I have arthritis in 2 of my joints, and I don't like associating pain with video games.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair.
I do have a idea for you about the fire effects.
Okay.
Seeing how they're 2D, I think it might be wise to have them
They're
rotate.
not 2D.
Oh, they're not?
No, there's just a flat 2D plane there for some reason. I was working on getting rid of that.
I thought they were 2D. I was going to say might want to have them just pivot, always facing the player.
No, yeah, that's this. Hang on, if I get rid of this guy right here.
Doing some N64 trickery right there.
If I delete that guy, it should get rid of that 2D texture. Yep. Yeah, totally understandable, Haxon. Definitely understandable. Yeah, like I said, controller support would be something that would be cool in the future. It's not something that we currently have. But that also being said, I do know that if you get it hooked up through Steam, it should be available that way. And then also, it should be available through things like, I can't remember the name of the product. There's some software you can download that allows you to convert controller inputs to keyboard inputs.
I use controller.
Yeah, joy to key or something like that. Yeah, joypadder. Yep. X-Padder, that's what it's called. That's the one I was thinking of.
Still think the original Xbox controller would absolutely be wonderful for this game.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Because the black and white buttons could be 5 and 6 on the drop-down menu.
Okay, so I think I've gotten this to a point where I basically like it so far. Obviously, more work still needs to be done, but before we wrap up here, I'm going to pull up some of our music tracks here, and let's listen through some of these and see if we can't find one that at least kind of just fits for the area right now. Some of these are going to be like stingers and stuff, so they're not going to be necessarily...
May I also add a recommendation?
Sure.
Some crackling fire effects.
Oh yeah, I added those. Are the crackling fire effects are already there?
No, as in audio.
Yeah, they're
crackling
already there.
Audio. Oh, they are?
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Never mind. I absolutely
you're fine, man.
Love that for ambience. after playing Majora's Mask again. It's the little things.
Yeah, just none of it kind of really fits what's going on in the level yet. Hmm. Maybe this one for the ambient track for now. I naturally kind of like. I dig this, but I know we're not. I don't know if I want to use it for this.
By the way, T-Monster, if you hear me, that is a really, really nice rendition of the pickup.
Oh, thank you. Yeah?
Yeah, I think we'll use.
Did you make it?
Which pickup are we talking about?
Yo,
I've not made one in this game. I made one in another game.
I was in reference to your avatar.
Oh, that one. Yes, I made that one.
Looks nice.
Thank you. Yes, I made that one. Thank you.
No problem. There's one thing I wish that a new Duke game would have, if they do include the Cycloids, is to make them positively chud ugly. In a good way, of course.
Of course.
Okay, let's try this. maybe this music will be a little fitting, based with what we kind of just added to it. I doubt this is going to end up being the final track used, but just to spice something up a little bit. The trigger didn't go off. Alright, so I need to move that trigger to like closer to here or something like that.
Just getting started. Just getting started.
Oh! And this is really hectic.
Next.
One thing about the game you don't see in the loop is that everything is very static and
Hang on.
it is very much like a scaffold of the game, and seeing it like this is just really energizing.
Okay. This time around, there's too many of them over here. I need to put them more back into this area, so... Because before we had this really cool thing where they were slowly coming through the flames here at me on fire. That was really cool. Alright, cool. And I mean, this music kind of fits. Cool. Still, again, it's probably just placeholder for now, but...
I'd buy this for $1.
Oh, it didn't loop.
You've got a lot of guts. Let's see what they look like. Oh yeah, there's more where that came from.
Would have been cooler with looping music. Why did it loop?
You guys take care.
Cheers.
Keep it easy.
Peace.
You too.
As far as there being searchable containers and stuff, yep, that's something that was a big thing about this entire leak that we found, is that that's something that's always kind of been like, that's been like a push. Interactivity. Okay, I don't know why it didn't loop. That kind of sucks. Okay, but anyways, folks, it is 6 o'clock. We got at least some of the stuff re-implemented that was implemented before. Actually, I think we got all the enemies back re-implemented. Still want to do some tweaks to this room. Still want to do some tweaks to these fellows over here. Actually, and you know what? I'm just going to do this right now. Whoops. Right before I get off. As far as when I'll be streaming next, basically I try to stream every Tuesday. That's like kind of the most accessible, easy day for me to do this sort of thing. So that's when I do it. That is generally when you can come tune in. We make an announcement on our Twitter, and we make an announcement on our Discord, normally earlier in the morning of the day of the stream. So that is the yeah, I already saved. So that is the that's kind of the best way to make sure that you're here for the streams if you want to be. And of course, definitely love having people tune in and ask questions and inquire more about the game. It's fun to kind of share this stuff with you folks, and let everybody see the kind of work that we're putting into this as well. So, yeah, that's good. Call this 12 enemies now. And then actually call this down music. Okay. And save. Alrighty, folks. Again, thanks for tuning in. And we will catch you next week.